Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Best shoe of the year? I don't know.
Won't fit no nigga, never switch my clip.
YouTube, what's good? Happy Sneakers Saturday to everybody. It's your guy Hitch. If you have been unlucky like myself over the last few weeks or months, it's been hard to get these in hand, man. Like, it's been very hard to get these React Element 87s in hand. And I don't know if it's because my birthday's on Monday, why God blessed me, but He did. I got the React 87s, but I also got these. These are hard. Both shoes are dope. So what I really want to do is to dive in and see, is one better than the other? Is it really the best shoe to come out this year? And what's the differences? You pay $160 for this, you pay $130 for this. Which shoe is the right choice?
Won't fit no nigga, never switch my clip. Won't give no statements, disrespect no chip. If we all stay down, then we all get rich. Shit.
What's good, Glenn?
Won't fit no nigga, never switch my clip. Won't give no statements, disrespect no chick. If we all stay down, then we all get rich.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've already told you, both of these shoes are dope. So you don't have to worry about that. What I want to do is show you what about the Element 55 and what about the Element 87 is the same, and then what makes them different. So let's start with the box. Both boxes are identical. Nothing different about the boxes. They're both Nike's historic orange with the Nike branding all over it. Nothing new there. And it's just paper on the inside. When you look at the shoes, the design language of the shoe is exactly the same. I would say 90%. Now, outside of that, you have your outsole and your midsole. That for sure is 1000% the same design-wise. It's a whole bunch of React that covers the shoe on your outsole and your midsole top to bottom. And then when you get to your outsole, you have these pods, and sometimes they're colored, sometimes they're not. Same exact thing on the 87. And if you were to go through it and look at the very minute detail, like the swooshes on the toe are exactly the same. There's no difference there. Yes, these are worn, so that's why you see dirt. When you get around to the back, there's another swoosh back here on the heel. Same thing on the 87. There's your swoosh. All the same. If you look at the tongue, Nike React, look at the tongue, Nike React. You have a huge swoosh on the lateral side, huge swoosh on the lateral side. You have a swoosh on your heel, swoosh on your heel. Again, all the same. Where the differences are going to lie, and we'll start at the box, will be your price point. When you look at the React Element 55, you'll notice it has a price of $130. Now, both shoes have unisex sizing. So if you're a woman, size 10s, 8.5. I went true to size on both of these. When you look at the 87, price bump of $30. So you're at $160 retail. Again, your unisex sizing is here. Now, both have, of course, your color codes. That's all standard information. So the color code on the React 55, you have black, aurora, green, and cool gray. When you look at the 87, you have black, midnight navy, noir, marine, minute. So that's it. Now, when you get to the shoe, what we're going to go over will be, let's do your colors first. So when you look at the colors on the 55, you'll notice there are not many colors here. You have black, you have the green, and then in the upper you have that cool gray. From what I've seen on all the leaked photos, these came out September 29th, I want to say, or 22nd. I forgot the date. And I'm sorry, I skipped a point. So about the pricing, 130, 160. But why that's important is because you can walk into a Finish Line right now, you can walk into a Foot Locker right now and pick these up. Not only can you pick these up, but you can also use coupon codes on them. So for myself, I had a $20 coupon at Foot Locker. I paid $110 for these. I'm sorry, I can't find my receipt, but just take my word for it. With these, because they're so limited, you're not using a coupon code on these. You're lucky if you can actually get these at retail because they're so limited. So that was important. But going back to the materials, this is a solid color. I have not seen any translucent pods on the 55. When you look at the 87s, I believe 100% of the 87s that released so far, they all have a translucent outsole. Now getting back to the materials. When you get to your upper, this is a mesh, okay? The entire upper is a mesh all throughout, and it looks like it doesn't hold, but once your foot gets in here, and I'm speaking from a wide foot perspective, it does fill out. Okay, so this entire upper is mesh, whereas the upper on your 87 is going to be a TPE. That TPE is a plastic. So I've worn these also in weather. The temperature was about 50 degrees and it felt like 45, 40-ish. And when you look at this initially, you would think there's no way in hell this is going to hold up in cold weather. But comparing the two, I felt more cold coming through this mesh than I did the plastic. The plastic actually held up slightly better in colder temperatures. With that being said, you don't want to wear either one of these shoes in the winter. They're not as bad as Flyknit. Flyknits are purely for the spring and the summertime. You can get away with wearing these in the fall. But from a durable standpoint and letting cold in, this actually keeps out more cold, and I'm speaking from experience. So I will leave it at that. When you get back to your upper on the 55, the materials are cheaper. So this mesh is cheaper than that TPE plastic, and then you have a lot of felt material going through where you have your lace loops, okay? And that felt is here, and then it stops here. This is a little bit like a nubuck, okay? This is stitched, so this does help, and then it has some more stitching going across the toe to give it more durability. When you get to your lace loops, it's a very generic lace loop here. It's more mesh. And then you have that nubuck again at the top. And that nubuck is also, I'm sorry, this is actually felt. So you have the felt again on your heel to go along with your swoosh. This is all stitching and more reinforcement just to give you a little bit more integrity in the upper. So that's what that stitching is doing throughout the shoe. And then lastly, both tongues are flimsy. This is not going to do much for you. The tongues are flimsy. It has your Nike React here, and then it has all your swooshes going in a circular pattern, and this is felt, okay? Your laces are ropes. Now when you look at the 87, again, the design language is the same. You have the stitching going down your toe for reinforcement to give you some stability. But now you have like a T pattern where it's a little bit heated up to give that reinforcement going around your toe area where you don't have that on the 55. Also on that TP, you have your Nike swoosh. You don't have a Nike swoosh on the toe of the 55. I do like that as an added design on the 87. Now, when you get back to these lace loops, you'll notice there's a stripe design here on top of the mesh. This stripe is made out of 3M. If you are a subscriber of my YouTube channel, you know I love 3M. Same thing here on the lace loop, but instead of having that nubuck that you have on the 55, this is now a leather material that you have laid over the TPU plastic. And also, this is felt. So it was felt on the 55. You have felt on the 87 here. But the thing is, going back to the colors, there are 3 colors here. I can count out, I believe, 6 different colors on this 87, and that's the same throughout all the 87s. You have a lot of different colors. So you have your clear, where it's like a gray, another gray, gray. You have green, navy, black, orange. So you have like 6 different colors. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black. Yeah, so you have 6 different colors here. We only have about maybe 3 on the 55. Now, finishing this out, you have the leather again at the top of your lace loop. The laces, they're not ropes. These are flat laces, and some of them have patterns. This one has a pattern, but it doesn't change the color, and you just notice that little pattern going throughout it. When you get to the back of the 87, this is going to be suede. I think it's a higher grade level of suede than that nubuck that you have on the 57. And you just have, again, anytime they have stitching, they're using different colors to do that, where they didn't really do it on the 80s, on the 55. Your loop on the heel, this is 3M as well. On that tongue, it's, again, flimsy. It's not much integrity in that tongue, but this is that TPE plastic again. But now you have another layer on top of that. But same design language. Nike React, your swooshes, just like on the 55. And then you have some nubuck for the tongue. You still have lace option here. So again, the design language is the same. But that's going to be it for the outside of the shoe. 3M, you get higher grade materials, slightly higher grade materials on the 87. Again, that's why you have the price bump. And you have Nike React on the heel, Nike React on the heel. On the insides of your shoes, you have different insoles. The insole on the 55 is your traditional insole, where it's like that felt material. You have your Nike logo with a swoosh, and that's pretty much it. But here comes the cork material on the 87. So this is a little bit more slippery on the cork insole. I think some people have said that this gives them a different feeling or a different ride when they're wearing the shoe. I didn't really notice much of a difference, but it does have holes to give you a little bit of ventilation there. And instead of the Nike with the swoosh logo, you have Nike React here with the big swoosh going throughout the entire insole. In regard to what shoe to buy, honestly, you cannot go wrong. They're both dope shoes, period. Now, I think as it stands now, there have been 3 releases in the men's colorway for the 55s, and I think there's about 5 in women's. You can go into your Finish Line, your Foot Locker, most of your sneaker stores right now and pick these up. The reason you would pick these up over the 87s is because cost. So if you don't want to shell out the additional $30, if you don't want to pay for retail, you have coupons, you're able to do that with the 55s. You're not doing that with the 87 at all. That may happen at a later date, but as it stands now, this shoe has been released in limited quantities every time. If you don't care about a see-through upper, you don't care about showing off your socks, this is the shoe to go with. Again, it looks just as good as the 87. It's just that it's not see-through, it costs less, and you don't have to worry about the stress of trying to get a limited sneaker. Not everybody cares about limited shoes, period. Now, the reason you buy the 87 is because you don't care about the price point. If you want better materials, you're going to get that on the 87. You like 3M, you want to have some leather on top of the shoe, you want to show off your sock game like I do, you buy the 87s. As far as the rating goes, both shoes are going to get a 4.5 from me, both of them. Both dope sneakers. This is $130. Again, you can use coupons to save some money, but this is $160. For $160, I don't know. I love the shoe. I do think maybe $145, $140 would have been a little bit better of a price point. The reason I say that is because you're walking on your technology. This is all React. You're walking on it. And these slight reinforcements of the pods, I don't think it's going to save you. I really don't. So that's my biggest concern, is the durability of these outsoles. And when you think about $460, you can get Air Maxes for like 170, 175, 180. So that's my thing. I'm not going to be a stickler. I just think they could have priced them a little bit better. Great shoe. I've seen people complain about the heel and this messing with their Achilles. As you can see, the material is very flimsy on the sides. This is very structured. It does give you reinforcement and stability in the heel. I'm a wide footer, and this did not affect my heel at all. Everyone's feet is different, so it may affect some people. It may not affect others. It didn't affect mine. They're very comfortable. Being that you're walking on the technology, you can feel the response and the react. So that's good. What I will also say is, don't start comparing these to Ultra Boost. They're two different comfort, like types of comfort in the sneaker. Ultra Boost are running sneakers. That's not what you're getting here. You're getting a casual lifestyle sneaker. So with that being said, is it comfortable? Yes. Are you going to feel the technology while you're wearing them? Absolutely. Can you wear them all day? I have. You can see the wear that I've done on these shoes, and I haven't had them that long. However, Ultra Boosts are going to make love to your feet. They're going to cuddle your Jones. You feel me? You're not going to get cuddled with the React Element 87s or the 55s. They're going to make love to your feet, but they're not going to cuddle you. So the kind of cushioning, the kind of comfort is a little bit different. Lastly, a lot of people are saying, not you, I'm sorry. A lot of people are saying these are the best shoe of the year. Y'all got to calm down with the hype, bro. They're dope. They're not the best shoe of the year. I'm sorry. They're my top 5. So we're in October now. We're getting close to December where we can start having those conversations of top 5, top 10s of shoes to drop this year. This, in my opinion, is the best shoe to drop this year. Think about it. PG2 PlayStation, $110. $110. There's nothing wrong with this shoe. Nothing. I can find flaws with the Element 87 and the 55. If you're a narrow footer, your shoe may sometimes look like this when you walk. That looks terrible. You may not have such a tough time with that creasing in the mesh, but you can't wear these all year round. I can wear those PGs all year round. So, and these cost more. These cost more than the Paul Georges. So I just wanted to, give my feedback on that. They're definitely top 5 as it stands now. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. You cannot go wrong with either shoe. I say go cop the 87s. If you don't want to spend the additional 30, cop the 55s. You're all good to go.